All right, well, welcome to Pellets Downrange. Hey, today I'm down here in the basement. It's cold and snowy outside, and I'm not really in the mood to get real chilly. What I got here the other day was a gamo Swarm Maxim, and I love this gun. It's light, it's easy to shoot. I'm not doing a review on it. One thing I did want to go over is the magazines that it has and the ones that you can use for it. Those of you that are interested in this particular gun, this is the Generation 2, which takes the horizontal magazines. They're a little bit different than the ones that go vertical in the Gen 1. I don't know what the differences are, but these fit in like this, and they just click in. And then as you cock it and shoot it, and then recock it, the probe pushes another pellet into the breech. Most of you probably already know that. One thing I wanted to go over, though, that's different that I found, let me take this back out, is this is the Gen 2, people calling it Gen 2.2. So this is the inertia fed magazine that's only to be used on the Swarm Magnum because of its a little bit more robust recoil. There's a little weight inside here I'm going to show you later that moves this lever, and it advances the pellet. And so the idea behind that is if you, when you cock it, it ends up looking like this in the gun. As you can see, there's no more pellet in here. Okay, it hasn't advanced like the other one. The other one's, as soon as it pops a pellet in the probe, it advances to the next pellet. So you have a lot of chances, most of you know, that you can double feed. I've done it myself. These magnums do not until the gun's actually fired. Again, that only works in the Swarm Magnum. This is not that Swarm. This is a Gen 2, but it's not the Magnum. It's just the normal powered gun. So it does not have enough recoil to actuate this lever. One thing the websites also talk about is that you don't want to put this, you only want to use these on the Magnum because they won't work, they won't operate in these regular ones. Well, that is true, and it's also kind of a little bit of a variable, because I'll show you here what happens when I try to put this Magnum magazine in this normal Swarm Maxim. Take a look. Yeah, they fit right in. Now, is that going to work with the recoil? No, it's not. Some people say, well, that ain't worth a flip nickel. Well, I don't know. I got to thinking about it, and I went ahead and ordered one. I couldn't find at the time, the other ones weren't available. And I decided, well, I'm going to go ahead and get one of these and check it out. And sure enough, popped it in. Now, when I fire, which I'm about to do here, I'm going to shoot into some, I got a duct seal pellet stop here, so I'm just holding this gun, and I'll show you what happens when you fire this thing. Well, it made a liar out of me. It actually advanced. It's not supposed to do that. Let me try that again. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a consistent happening, because let me try it again. And now there is no pellet in there. I've already cocked it. Let me shoot it into the duct seal backstop. Oh, it worked again. Wow, what? Let me try it again. All right, we're back. We still got it in there. I'm going to leave it in the holder here because I don't think this is going to be a consistent thing. I'm just trying to arrest that from actually working. It's not supposed to work, but looks like it does. Hold on a minute, I got a phone call. All right, I'm back. So I'm going to leave this gun in the holder here. I think it's because the way I'm holding it, barely, it's recoiling enough. I think if it was up against my shoulder, it probably wouldn't advance. So I'm going to kind of simulate that maybe by putting it in this this gun holder here for when I work on things. Here we're going to shoot it and see what happens. Okay, yeah, that's more like it. As you can see, it doesn't advance. So the idea is you can still use it with this gun, but you have to manually advance it by this little red lever here. Okay, so what I'll do when I'm out shooting, I'll either shoot it like I just did, and then I'll come up here and manually advance it like that. And that puts another one in there, and I do that before I cock it. Now what I normally do is I'll go ahead and advance that before I shoot it when I'm out hunting. And what that does is, I mean, okay, I'm plus 60, but I got to make sure, you know, I don't double feed. But what I'll do is I'll leave it like that. That way when I'm hunting, this is a vortex, so I don't have to worry about spring fatigue and things like that quite so much. So I'll leave this cocked, you know, for the small amount of time that I'm out pesting birds or whatever, waiting on my next, well, you know, my next target. And when I shoot, if I miss, I've already got one in here, so I can recock right away, and I can get a pretty quick follow-up shot. And I don't have to worry about manually doing this with my fingers. So you can use it that way. That's just another option. My main point is I wanted to show that, yeah, this will fit in these normal Gen 2 horizontals. It doesn't have to be a Magnum. They fit exactly the same as the normal one does. It's the exact same body style, it looks like, except for this top. If you can see, the normal ones is a flat top, and these have the humps in them, and the reason for that is there's a mechanism in there. And that brings me to the next thing I want to talk to you about that you can do with this magazine if you want to adapt this to be the same as the normal one. And you can turn this in so that the way it acts the same as this. It basically, when you cock it, it feeds a pellet and it automatically goes ahead and advances to the next pellet. You got now you know, you have to be careful not to double feed, but I'm kind of used to that, and I kind of like it that way instead of having to work. You know, did I do that or not? Did I remember to do that or not when I shot it? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this vid on hold just for another microsecond here or whatever, and I'll get reset up, and I want to show you these magazines. All right, I'm back already. I just wanted to get that gamo swarm out of the way. What I got here, I got both magazines, and again, I've showed you that these will both fit in the gun, and you can actually use them. You actually have to, again, manually actuate this. So what I did was, here's something you can do that may or may not be helpful to some of you. In case you're having trouble finding the other magazines, or let's say maybe you want to get a Magnum in the future and you don't want to buy a whole nother set of magazines. Well, what I can do, and I'm going to show you here, I modified this magazine very easily to accept so that I can just use it as a standard, and it looks just like this. I'm having a little trouble focusing here. But what you can do here is go ahead and leave some pellets in this magazine. But we're going to take this little screw out. Now this isn't a common Phillips, but a Phillips will work on it, a small Phillips. It's some kind of security screw or something, but I don't know. I've got just a normal, I think that's a #1 Phillips. I'm not sure, it might be a hair smaller than that, but go ahead and take that out. And I'm holding this top on the sides a little bit. Get your screw out like that. There we go. Wait a minute. Where's my screw at? I'm kind of trying to look past the camera here. So here's what you got. You got the top. The lighting's a little bit poor. Now you can just pop this top right off of here. And if you notice, you'd think this thing would boom and spring out and all that. Well, it doesn't, because, well, you've left some pellets in here. Now, if this is empty, I found that when I take this cap off, this tends to, it jumps up a little bit. This has one full turn on it when it's put together, and that pre-tensions it so that they'll advance correctly, the pellets. But if you leave some pellets in here, I don't know, it does some kind of catch, and it holds it in really well. You don't have to worry quite so much about that springing up and springing on you. So you want to do that. Now let's turn this lid over. This is the top. Turn it over. You got this red disc here. Okay. Now here's a weight in here. This is what drives the inertia part. When the gun goes off, this little extra weight moves this thing, which moves this lever and advances the pellet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop this thing out of here. And so what you get is, there's a spring right there, and you got this here cover. I'm going to turn it over, and there's that captured weight I was telling you about. That just makes this a little bit heavier on one side, so it tends to work a little bit better with that recoil. Just pop that out, set that aside. Other than that, it's hard to see, but trust me, there's nothing else in here inside this cover. And what you can do then is you get your magazine back, and yeah, you can just put it right back together. Okay, so you got these little nubbins there, see them? And they line up with the holes. And just put the cover back on, and grab my screw here. Right here in the middle. Screw that back on. Screw that down snuggy. Don't have to over tighten or anything. But hold on a minute here. Let me make sure there we go. Got my screw back in there. Now look, it's still free. But now, unlike before, when you had to put the little lever when the gun uses the probe and puts a pellet in the gun automatically, now I'm just showing you this is what it would look like. Here's the gun pushing the pellet in. Okay, that's in the breech, and you pull back, and now it just automatically advances like the other one. And you can just do that, 10 times, right? But there I'm empty. But the point is, now it works the same as this one. So it makes it real simple to, you don't have to worry about doing it with moving this here little red lever again, because it's just going to automatically advance like this. So I just wanted to throw that out and show you guys that, yeah, you can do that. I could do it. Somebody else could probably do it too. It's no big deal. It'll make these operate exactly the same on a regular swarm. Now,